You're not my dad. That's your title. When Stephen spoke those words, he showed no emotion. His effect was flat, and he was clearly delusional. As Stephen walked away, my sense of well-being shattered. That's the day the music died. That was Stephen's psychotic break and his fall into schizophrenia. I'm Steve, Stephen's dad, and this is Surviving Schizophrenia with Stephen. Welcome back. We'll have Stephen here in a few minutes. You're not my dad. That's your title. It was April 2012. The following month, Stephen would be admitted to the Resnick Neuropsychiatric Hospital at UCLA. Thereafter, months of psychosis with fixed delusions would follow. On our way home from the hospital, I could see Stephen in the back seat. I was driving the car down the 405 freeway south to our home in Palos Verdes. I remember thinking, he's not fixed. They didn't fix him. He had spent 14 days hospitalized. And those are some of the best doctors in the world there at UCLA Medical Center. We got Stephen home and situated. Our reality then was that we were essentially running a psychiatric ward out of our house in Palos Verdes. You're not my dad. That's your title. To give you a sense of Stephen's psychiatric break, I'd like to read to you an email I sent to Stephen's therapist. This was 1 month before the UCLA hospitalization. Amanda, Stephen is very distressed. He literally ran for the car when we left your office. He is not thinking rationally. He told me that I'm even worse than Mom because I've been angry at him for the past 9 years. He has a recollection of being denied ice cream when he was 9 months old, and he told me that he recalls me being very angry at him. And how could I do that to my own son that was not even 1 year old at the time? I have always treated Stephen with respect and care, and I love him very, very much. What he is recalling is our stories about when I gave him ice cream at 9 months old. His eyes were wide open and he was in heaven. We told him. He wanted more and more, but we couldn't give him any more ice cream because he wasn't even really supposed to have ice cream until 12 months old. We've told the story several times and in a very loving way. He is extremely upset with me and is distressed over this. I apologized to him and told him that was not my recollection, but I also understood what he was saying and wanted to make it right. He told me that the only way to make it right would be to go back and not have a child, or if I was to have a child, then to not treat that child like I have treated him. It seems to me that Stephen is not thinking rationally, and that his mind is reformulating everything about us, Mom and Dad, in a very, very negative way. Up until a few weeks ago, I have always hugged and kissed Stephen multiple times per day, and I have told him I loved him at least 3 or 4 times a day. Stephen means everything to me, and I love him with all my heart. My recollection of our times together are full of fun and joy, and our family pictures and movies show that joy as well, in Stephen and me and Maria. It is as if 5 weeks ago, something snapped inside his brain, and we have been on a slow ride down ever since. I think he may not be able to handle the therapeutic talk about his recollections, as his brain does not appear to be accurately assembling past events. The day was going very well until the afternoon session today. I know there are lows when one's feelings get explored, but Stephen appears to be exploring his feelings and recollections with substantial delusional thought. Steve. So let's bring Stephen on now and get his take on this.
Hi, welcome to Surviving Schizophrenia with Stephen. My name is Stephen. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm here with my dad today,
I'm Steve, Steven's dad.
and we're going to talk about what you just saw. And what you just saw was a video my dad recorded earlier today talking about, well, the day the music died.
Right, so we just watched the video together.
Yes.
What was your reaction, Stephen?
Sad. Just sadness. It feels... It's just sad. I feel terrible for even saying anything like that too.
Well, I want to make one thing clear, that there's no shame in what occurred there, Stephen.
There isn't, but
it was 10 years ago.
Like...
Right, but there's no shame in that at all, whatsoever. You had fallen into psychosis. So Stephen had fallen into psychosis. Stephen had not seen this email before.
No.
We didn't talk a lot about this video.
No.
We talked about the concept of this video, but not the meat of the video, basically, prior to it being recorded this morning. So there's no shame whatsoever, Stephen.
Yeah.
And you know that.
I do know that, but it's I still feel sad about it.
Right. I mean, it's unfortunately when someone falls into psychosis, they're obviously not controlling what their thought process is. It's become delusional and scrambled. Stephen, do you remember when you said, "You're not my dad, that's your title"?
No.
Right.
No.
So Stephen,
I don't remember it. I don't remember almost anything from my psychosis. I don't know if that's just because I was psychotic or because it was so traumatic. My brain said, "No, you're not remembering this."
right. It might be a little of both.
It very well could be.
Do you remember, so we're going back just to highlight a couple points and get your thoughts on a couple points that were in the video. One was, do you remember the drive home from UCLA
Nope.
Neuropsychiatric Hospital?
Not at all.
But you do remember being at the hospital?
Yes, I do remember that.
Right, and you actually have a couple videos, or at least one video.
I have
on
a few. I think I have a few videos where I talk about the hospital. Those were earlier on videos, but yeah.
And you remember, though, after the hospitalization, being at home?
No. I don't remember. I don't know for how long after the hospitalization being home. That's just gone from my memory.
Do you remember seeing the therapist, Amanda?
No.
Right, so that...
Unless she was one that had tea. There was a therapist I went to for a little bit that had tea in the waiting room. That's all I remember.
Right, I don't think that was the same therapist.
Then
So, right, and I wouldn't expect Stephen to remember this, actually, because Stephen had his psychotic break. This email that I read, it was April 3rd, 2012. And the psychotic break occurred maybe 3 weeks before that. And these were going down. And at this point, it had been going on for maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And, Stephen was delusional, having delusional thoughts. And the delusions weren't lifting. And so here's April 3rd. He had just a week prior to this gotten in to see the psychiatrist for the first time. Again, we had no history prior to this of any issues. It just the onset was headaches starting in January 2012, and then it just slid, just kept going down. This is April 3rd, and then I think Stephen had 20 or so 1-hour visits with Amanda during April and the first week and a half of May, but then it was May 17th of that year, so 45 days after this email, that Stephen was hospitalized for 14 days at UCLA Resnick Neuropsychiatric Hospital. So I'm not going to go through any more of this, Mike. Stephen,
Okay, thank you.
All right, you all right?
Yeah. Love you, bud.
Love you. Yeah. Again, there's no. It's hard. I'm sure we're reliving some of this, and this is very hard. But there's no shame whatsoever. You're doing wonderful, Stephen. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. So I think we're going to end it there. I hope you have a happy and healthy rest of your day. And I'm going to relax now.
Yes.
And we hope to see you in the next video.
We'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.